VW out in the garage. We're going to go ahead and get started on the car. It's Saturday, May 2nd. I think today's the last day for voting, or voting ended for the D-Boss car show. It's looking pretty good for us. We might just get in all three of the categories that we tried. I think we're at least going to make it in bracketry, and I'm excited now because I'd like to see what the pros think of our car. But for right now, I just wanted to touch base with you guys. I'm going to explain a little bit about what we're going to do today. I got to break the tacks loose on the hood. We're going to pull the hood back off. We're going to strip all that brackets that we talked about in the last video off. We're going to add a new bar bracket in the front. Once we get that done, we can look at putting the hood back on. We also want to drill and tap for our tracks for our monorail bearings. We'll try to get that done. And hey man, we'll see how far we get today. Maybe later today or tomorrow. I got to pull that big piece of plate out from behind the bench there. That's 3/16 steel. I think that's what we're going to use to make the brackets that go on the bearing packs for the monorail system. We'll see. But that's where we're at, and as soon as I get this hood lifted off, I'll get back to you. It's going to take a few minutes. I got it tacked pretty good. Real quick, just getting ready to start. I just noticed there's a little dip in this hood. Remember I showed you how the fenders are kind of beat? So is the hood, apparently. I mean, I was just standing back looking at it, and I don't know if you guys could see it, but I'm going to put this down there. But ever so slightly, and just on the driver's side, it's like it's sucked in just a tiny bit. All right, we got the hood off. Few cuss words and watching that alignment that we did last week go up and smoke poof, but we got it off. Show you what we're going to do. Take a look at it. All right, there's you can at least see the radiator job in there. With the hood off, looks good, you know. But got the hood set out up here on sawhorses, so I'm going to work on it a little bit. Like I say, we're going to take this off. This bracket here, take these brackets off and get rid of that. You know, we're going to be putting a bar across the front for a stiffener, and then we're going to have two bars coming from the fender up into the hood on both sides. So that'll replace this as far as that stiffening and stuff, so we really ain't got to worry too much about that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run in the house real quick and switch to a shirt sleeve. It's getting a little warm out here. Summertime's coming. It's definitely spring. So we'll get this going, we'll get this set up, and then I'll get back to y'all. I just go in there and change real quick. Oh, I better watch out I don't step in that dog biscuit over there. I better get that cleaned up. All right guys, we got the bracketry off the hood. Let's take a look at it and see what we got. Come off real easy. Nothing was spot welded or anything. Everything was riveted, and all the rivets are just aluminum. I had a guy about a month ago on one of the Facebook groups was concerned when we used aluminum rivets, putting the rubbers on around the tubs there, and no, he's been on there 65 years, I guess it's been, right? It's 2020, and everything seemed to be all right on it, so we'll be good. When we pulled it off, we found some red. So this hood was red before. We already knew we had some turquoise in here, so that's always kind of cool finding stuff like that. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to strip off this undercoating or whatever the heck it is they put on here, because we're going to be tacking some braces whenever we get it back on the car, from fender to hood, and we're going to be putting our bar across the front there, so we're going to need that all cleaned up anyway. So let's get that done, and then I also got to start looking at what I'm going to do here. This is where the other half of the hinge would mount, and we're going to have the Hudson bearing mounting up into this, so I could maybe trace out and make some plates for that. Unfortunately, the factory nut is missing on the front of both of them, so we'll just TIG weld something in there. We'll figure it out. We'll do something. No big deal. We'll get it going. But yeah, that's where we're at. As soon as I get this stripped down, I'll let you guys take a peek at it, and we'll move on to the next phase. I just wanted to assure everybody, this job right here, scraping that stuff off, it's the opposite of fun. I'm going to stop for a minute and have a snack. Scooby snack over here, and I'll get back to it in a minute. All right, well, we got the other side scratched off of there. come out okay, I guess. I'm gonna go in and have some lunch, and then I'll come out and we'll try to hit this with a cup wheel. You can see there's still, it's like a tar, I don't know, some kind of crap they put on there. But you can see it's still coming up, but we got the heavies off. And plus, when you're scratching at it all day and you don't wear gloves and you're a dummy like me, then you end up with a hole in your hand. So we're gonna go in and have another Scooby snack and maybe a little bit of ravioli and meatball or something, and then we'll come back out here and try this again. And we'll try to get this thing all polished up. All right, guys. We got all the tar off. That was a really bad job. The only thing that worked was a gasoline-soaked rag and a scraper. We tried to wire wheel it right there, just spread it around. So, but we got it clean. But we decided we don't like the person that put that on. But that's all right. You know, it is what it is. We're using this old stuff to make the tilt nose, and we're gonna make it work. We got a couple creases right here. You can feel there was body work on the other side. I mean, it's a pretty big dip right here. And we talked about this morning about that, looked a little low right there on the driver's side. It must have been somebody sitting on the hood at like a picnic or something, because you can kind of see it now. And we have some kind of corrosion right here. I don't know what's going on there, but we'll dig all that out and we'll try to tap this crease out and stuff like that. We'll just do the best we can. It ain't gonna be perfect. But we got to build the bar across the front, and we got to build these plates back here, and we got a few other things to do. We want to dig out the rust. I mean, they painted that stuff over top of rust and everything, so we'll clean it up the best we can, and we'll start fresh tomorrow, and we'll take it from there. All right, guys, how's it going? It's Sunday evening. I got a little bit done. Did you ever have one of those days where nothing goes right? Well, I had one of those weekends. I probably should have just stayed in bed the whole weekend. You guys, you'll see in the video yesterday trying to strip the hood down, and then we lost our internet and everything, so I had to wait for the people to come today, and you can't come in because of social distancing. We've already discussed how I'm a caveman on a rocket ship, so I had to set up my Wi-Fi and all that stuff. So I had a rotten day. I tried to get a little bit done on the car, making the bar. I got it a little hot. It crowned a little bit, so I had to move everything up. So I'm just gonna stop for the day. You know, you never take any advice from me, take this little tidbit. When things aren't going right, just stop. Go and have some Scooby snacks, relax, and tomorrow everything will kind of work itself out. All right, I set up a light so I can show you this bar better. Yeah, bring you over and show you what's going on with it. See it. Okay, so there's the bar, goes the whole way across. That's what our hinge point piece is going to mount to. What we're going to do is, we got these legs coming in, the holes. We're going to plug weld it there. We're going to plug weld it there. I still have to make one for that side. We'll get that tomorrow. And then this is just a fictitious length. Once I'm satisfied that everything's true and we plug that, weld that in, we'll 45 this beam off and run a bar over to the fender on both sides. And with that, and then these ones we made earlier that I had showed you before that run from the hood to the fender, that will be plenty. We'll also have some welds along the seams of the hood on both sides, and everything will be tied together. That way when things move, everything's going to move, and it'll be nice and rigid whenever it rolls forward. It's going to be a little heavy, but it is what it is. I want a roll and tilt nose, and I want it steel, so got to do what you got to do. We'll sneak an extra 5 horsepower on the engine or something to carry it around. I don't know, but there it is. We're going to go ahead and drop back and punt for tonight. I'm going to clean up the shop, and we're going to start fresh next week. And I'll probably try to have something up for you guys midweek, and we'll see where we're at that point. Sometimes things don't go the way you want, but it is what it is. Hey, take a look at my intro I made up. I don't know if it's good or if it's bad. I just tried something new. Let me know in comments. Take care.